don't happen again. Freedom. The same thing where Elanga talk when this guy come out.
Yes.
Sancho come out. The same thing Sancho go tweet us, go write under Rashford's comment. Freedom. Una the J players.
See, let me tell you something.
Una the J players.
You see, and now I've confirmed it. You see, Sancho, Pogba, Rashford, Lingard, and Elanga, all of them are in the same court. Yes, they are in the same court. Because tell me, see, these boys are very useless. They are very, very useless. You sometimes see, the kind of behavior you see on social media kind of, make you not to question the decisions that the managers make sometimes. The same Sancho, when he Ten Hag went to the press to say he's not training well. That's why he has not been picked for a particular match. He went to the social media and called Ten Hag a liar. Now again, he has come out to go on that Rashford tweet to say freedom. No, I want to ask that Sancho a question, and I want Chelsea fans to be honest in answering me. Since he left Manchester United, has he done well enough to approve his place in that team? No. Then he has that is gully, smelly mouth to be saying freedom. Freedom to who? To his fellow underperformer, players that cannot perform. Bring those boys to anybody. They can pass trials. Yes. People like Sancho and Rashford and Elanga, they can work. What can they do? They are very lucky that Manchester United trained them. That's why they are having offers here and there. Yes. And then you have the F13 to be telling Rashford that freedom. Now, well, it's okay. I think Rashford is on loan. Sancho equally is on loan. Both of them, in their contract, there is obligation for those two teams that they are signed on loan with to sign them. You understand?
No, I think Rashford
Aston Villa, we gave them 40 million obligation fee. Yes, to pay at the end of the loan. If whatever it is they need from Rashford. Rashford is not coming back. There's no need arguing. You understand? Honestly, now I think all this Rashford is beginning to even detest me the more. Because I was watching Aston Villa game. This boy was competing. He was jumping. This boy would never jump when he was playing in my club. Play as if he's the chairman of the team. He was jumping in Aston Villa, contesting for area duels, running, marking. Yesterday, but when he was in Manchester United, he was not doing anything. He was there forming Chamo in my team because he has seen Amorim. Amorim now, he looks like his mate. He thinks he can just misbehave. Honestly,
Unai no go tolerate him now.
No, it's not about Unai tolerating it. He can decide to misbehave to Unai Emery, but he won't because he will want to prove us that we were wrong by letting him go. But I don't care. Even if he goes there, let him go and succeed. I don't need his success anymore. He has been at Manchester United, and I can tell you for free that I know that Marcus Rashford has reached his ceiling. Yes, he has reached his ceiling. There's nothing left there again. If Ten Hag, a manager that gave you attacking freedom, you can turn against him and not mark for him. Do you know what Ten Hag gave to that guy? Ten Hag brought Benny McCarthy to come and help Rashford so that he can know how to, attack more. Rashford scored, I think he had 43 goal contributions that season. The next season, this boy went and drew tattoos. I was following all these big brother and Jack girls in UK. Is that the way to go? Is that the type of player? They were ever advising him. They said the way you behave outside Carrington will affect your attitude, your performance in Carrington. He did not listen, and then he did. Sancho, a fellow failed boys association, no future ambitions, element of failure that want to bring my club down. They are now gathering themselves in Instagram, telling themselves that freedom what? Freedom to where? See, Sancho, I pity Sancho. He's the one I pity the most because he does not know Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans are hoodlums. So hoodlums, they are hoodlums. By the time they hold him, okay, let him go and ask. Today is not playing well, tomorrow is not playing well. They are already talking about him little by little. By the time they go hold him here, he go no say man, you will get peace. In Chelsea, there's no peace. So if you are not playing well, you will know. Then he has the F13 to be commenting nonsense and saying freedom. How? Okay, so we'll be cage, we'll be prison. We'll be kiri. Abi? No wahala. Time will tell. The only thing we do they pay me now be say Amorim has not been able to, make this team perform well. So that we can forget all these riffraffs. You understand? When the team is playing well, riffraff that are gone, you won't even think about it. Even them will not be able to open their gutter stinking mouth to be saying nonsense on social media. Honestly, it's appalling and very, very, very ugly to see.
All right, so let's talk about how you guys are playing, how you guys are preparing to get out of that 13th position or 14th position. Do you have any positives around Amorim's system now concerning the fact that he lost his last game to Palace, his last Premier League to Palace, and the way you guys played last match wasn't that satisfying enough to, bring it up to say this is a Manchester United standard? Do you think that you guys will eventually, get a grip and start performing well?
You see, sometimes I think you have to argue outside of your emotion. But immediately after that Leicester game, a whole lot was kind of happening. Do you understand? Like in terms of what's it called? Match reaction, after match reaction, we were really happy with the way we played. But if you look at it if you put it in right perspective, we have actually won the last 6 games of our 8 games. We've won 6 out of our last 8 games. But the way we play would not let you see that picture. You understand? We've won 6 out of our last 8 matches. Even you, can you believe it?
No.
It's exactly, but we've won 6 out of our last 8 games. So the only thing that is making the win look like a loss is because the performance does not back it up.
Yeah, the performance overclouded.
Yes, overclouds the results. The result comes in a way that makes you feel like we lost.
Yes.
So sometimes when we perform in a way that makes you feel like, oh, we lost this game, because majority of the 90 minutes we are on, playing ugly football. And that's where Amorim needs to get it right. The result is, not ugly as we might be projecting, but he needs to work on the team. And I'm actually happy that they have a 9-day window to rest. You understand? This is enough time for Amorim. There's not enough time to train. I mean, these are professionals. They know how to play football. All you just need to tell them is tactics. You are not the one telling them how to pass, how to shoot or anything. You just need to tell them where to position in your formation. Tell them the gaps that open in your formation. Tell who and who where to run into when we are making moves. Tell the midfielders where to drop into when we are trying to build. These are the basic that they need to know. But in terms of playing football, I think that one is already settled. That's why they are there. They are professionals. You understand? So Amorim just need to be, tactically, sound with the players that he has. I mean, we don't have the worst players in the world. The players that we have in the team is not the worst players. They are not the worst players in the world. So, in as much as I feel like he has not gotten the right profile for the type of football he wants to play, he can still do with these guys. He can still work with them. There's room for a lot of improvement. Plus, you look at, what's it called? The 3-4-3 that he's playing, you understand? I think he can do better. If Southampton can start to play too. I mean, Southampton came to Old Trafford and outplay us. And they too also started. So I feel like we can also, but the pressure at United is different. You understand? Manchester United is result subjective. Once you are not getting the result, nobody looks at what you're doing again. Everybody starts to, shout, including myself. I won't lie. But he has to work on the way we play. You understand? I'm making this is a very huge call. But I think a player like Maguire does not suit what he wants to do. You want to play a back 3, probably maybe you don't need a slow CB to slow the passing, lanes. Once the lanes open, you need somebody to pass quickly into them so that they don't close up. So that's just a lot of things that I feel like he could go ahead and work on and everything. And after this 9-day break, we are going away to Tottenham Hotspur, and that's a very challenging game.
And you understand? Having lost to Aston Villa now,
and we've lost twice. Charged. No, not even. Nothing
will be charged.
Yes,
you guys.
Plus, we've lost twice to Aston Villa. They kick us out of the Carabao Cup. They embarrassed us 3-0 at Old Trafford. So the onus is on us to go there and show that we are not a pushover. You understand? We are not a team that you can slap 3 times. We need to go there and, get something out of the game. Of course, Amorim, I've studied the result and I've seen that, okay, yes, he has lost the last 7 of his 13 Premier League games, but recently he's building some, wins and everything. And I think he's a young coach. He has a lot to learn. Even him has admitted that. So hopefully, this 9-day break can give them enough room to prepare and do well.
All right, Garnacho's game was, up. And I think Garnacho does well whenever he comes from the bench. He does excellently. He changes the game whenever he comes from the bench than starting. Whenever he starts, it just seems like it's just one of those 2 games where you guys will not play well. So what can you say about how he has managed to, get up a bit?
Well, if we are keeping it based, if we are keeping it the way it ought to be, majority of our starters are actually just squad members. They are people who should be on the bench helping the first 11. Our first 11 should not be the best first 11 that we can present as Manchester United. If you notice Garnacho, right from the start of his career at United, he has always been somebody who comes on as a super sub. It was up until this season that I started to, give him a more stable first 11 role. But he's somebody who has the pace to run at tired legs. So it's easier for what's the name of Garnacho to come into the game 60, 65 to come and run at the fullbacks that are already tired. And normally he always brings the best out of him. And then you look at other areas of the game again, you look like Ziggy. Ziggy is an Ojlon. So far, so good. They've not proven to be players that, merit 90 minutes. So these are what we should look at to fix. We do not have first 11 players, but we have players that can sit on the bench. This current 11, I think only just 2 or 3 of them can start. The rest are good enough to be on the bench.
Who are who?
Only the likes of Bruno Fernandes, what's the name of this guy? Mazrui. And this guy in our midfield, Ugarte. They are the only ones. Because you look at Ugarte, I think you look at how Ugarte is playing there. It's easy to criticize Ugarte because we do not understand that Ugarte is the only person that defends that cycle. Nobody comes to help, so it feels like once he runs there, here it's open. Once he runs there, here it's open. So you really do not see what he does. When you go back to look at what that guy is doing, he's combing a whole large portion of land. And that kind of opens him to errors. You understand? Yeah. So once you have somebody to, help him in that midfield, you start to see that he's actually somebody who wins a lot of balls. You understand? He might not be a good ball progressor, but at least he comes the midfield well enough.
But I think Casemiro can complement. I think Casemiro is at his best. Casemiro can complement somebody like Ugarte in that midfield.
Exactly.
Having somebody very creative monster like Bruno in front of them.
In front of them, you get it so that you know that okay, the ball is without the ball, Bruno is safe because Bruno usually loses the ball. But when Bruno is safe without the ball, when he loses the ball, there are warriors that can go to the back, win it. If we can get those midfield chained together, trust me, and the way Amorim even play, Amorim needs to get a solid holding midfielder because if you study his 3-4-3 formation, he likes just playing one DM. You understand? Once DM, then the second person is going to be playing as a creative midfielder. You understand? Because he plays 2-10. So that holding midfielder is the person that is not going to make sure we lose possession, knows what channels to pass to, and quickly, somebody Rodri type of, profile. Somebody who knows where to pass and, quick thinker in terms of passing. Once we can get all of them together, and trust me, the next transfer window is something that we cannot go and joke with. You understand? It matters a lot. I feel like even the board understands this. The way we are shipping players out, the way we are freezing players out of, we froze Casemiro out. Rashford is already out. Trust me, we are going to let go close to 5 or 6 players. Lindelof will go. Maguire might likely leave. I'm telling you these things because we are bringing players that can really do it. You understand? Even one of our wingers might leave. You get it? Like Anthony might not return. So we are going to do as much as we can to build not just a team but a competitive team on or off the bench. You understand? Teams that whether you're on the bench or you're on the pitch, both of you can compete. That's just the secret to our success.
All right. So being realistic, where do you see Manchester United at the end of the season? Do you see them winning any trophy this season? And where do you see them via league table?
Well, I know everybody is going to go crazy if I end 13 and win Europa League and qualify for Champions League. People like Chelsea, Arsenal will collapse. And that is my goal. I want to end 15 because this is already there. I'm a shameless man as it stands. I want to end 15, win Europa League and go. So that all of us will go and play that Champions League. That Champions League that they pride themselves in so much. I'll win Europa League and go there. And don't think it's impossible. I'm the only unbeaten team in Europe. I'm the only person. And I will go and I will win that trophy. Plus, Man U, we know how to scam cups. Before you know now, Liverpool know the FA Cup. Arsenal not in FA Cup. A lot of them.
Chelsea not in FA Cup.
Chelsea not in FA Cup. You understand?
Only Man City, which is not even strong.
Man City is not strong. So I will scam it. Before you know, I'll run 1-4-1-9 scheme and I'll have a cup in my hand. So there's a way I do these things. Nobody knows. It's an abracadabra club. We know how we run our numbers together and get a trophy. So realistically, we might just end in the top 10. You understand? I cannot place a position, but I think between 5 and 10. We'll end between 5 and 10, realistically. But in terms of trophy, even me as a Manchester United fan, I can tell you that I cannot tell because these players, when they decide to play, if Man U players decide today,
say they won't play.
Nobody can play them. They will hustle from 1 minute to even if but ask Arsenal. 10 man, they no agree, they hold that match. Penalty, Bayandi decide to be a Van der Sar. So when Man U mean you, You know, no worry. When by the end of the season, you will see how we go.
All right.
So that's just it. So good luck to Amorim and the players and the United fans. United fans are actually the best fans in the world. You know, we've been taking a lot of antidepressants, a lot of paracetamol to stay calm because you cannot be a Manchester United fan and be a Nigerian. You know, a Nigerian at the same time.
The world is winning you too.
Everything is hitting you. So, my United fan, big applause to you. You've been doing well. It's not easy. Ten Hag has destroyed what he wants to hammer him too with his big hammer. We are just trying. God will help us at the end of the season. We'll have a trophy to, cool our suffering down.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Thank you, guys.